Today's an exciting day. I'm actually headed to the RV resort that we have chosen for me to call home for the next several months. And we're going to see about choosing our spot as well as paying the deposit. I am probably just going to do just a month down just to ensure that everything continues to go through with the sale of the house, making sure that, that I allow myself for some flexibility should the buyer back out at the extreme last minute. Knock on wood, that doesn't happen. But that is the plan for today. Pretty excited about it. This is a good little mental break from work too. There's some continued changes going on in my day job, and things like this that I get to run and do this quick errand on my lunch hour kind of help separate some of the work-related stuff from the home-related projects and things that you have going on. And sometimes it's just a really needed physical, literal kind of like break in your day to kind of help get reset. And by focusing on where I'm going to call home for the next several months after we close on the 26th, it's exciting and it's a little bit nerve-wracking, but it's still exciting. And I think I just needed a break from a little bit of the grind in terms of what I do during the day. And that's the premise of the channel, right? Is we're remembering to live life outside of the work that we do. The work that we do is important, and in no way would I ever, kind of discount that sentiment that what we do every single day to make ends meet is important. It's critical, but it can't be fully consuming. And the last few weeks or so has felt a lot more fully consuming. And days like this and situations like this just kind of remind me perspective is important, and I get to focus on finding some different type of fun in my home life here throughout the next several weeks. Okay, we're coming up here on the resort, the park. I'm hoping that there is somebody at the gate. They said that they are open from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday. So I am hoping that there's somebody at the gate. I love that it's gated. I appreciate that very much so. Hopefully, I'll get a chance to speak with someone. Probably not. I got a call. So, I'm in. And now I get to choose a site. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of thinking I'm somewhat thinking about choosing these folks as neighbors. But then again, it might be a little loud, but on the other side of their little space there, they have some really fun stuff going on. This is an option. Like it is silly how excited I am about this, but I've literally pulled into the spot, like I backed into it, kind of wondering, what might this look like? Like, what might my view look like? And the funny thing here is I'm contemplating what the view will look like for the puppy too when the slide out is out, thinking about where she's gonna sit. So I think these are the hookups. And we would back into it, and the slide would come out this way. So that's not a great view for Bella, but I kind of like the view from the front. Let's keep looking. I do like this one, but the view for Bella isn't great when I think about where the slide is and what she'll be looking at. I kind of like this view too. Now the slide would come out on this side, but I don't think these are for this. I think it's this one right here. I think it's on this side. but I'm trying to think like where the slide would come out, and these aren't labeled all that great. Your hookup's here, everything you need, and the slide comes out this side. I think I like this one the best so far. This would be like if we go to the other side of the park. You know, I'm thinking about where Bella is gonna sit in the travel trailer to have her spot to look out. I'm thinking about, oh, this must be their compound, like where they have all of their maintenance crew meet up for the day. This side looks definitely a little bit more like permanent structures, so this probably isn't for RV travel trailers. I'll circle back around. Man, this is like retirement haven right here. Like, so many of these little places have like their little golf carts here. Like these folks are set. They got their golf cart, it's reasonably priced. There's palm trees, the beach is an hour away. Like they're set, right? It's, you know, and in Texas there's no state taxes either. So this is definitely exciting for me when I think about the money that I'm gonna save and the little adventure I get to kind of have. But I'm gonna go back to the other side, see if I can't find a site. You know, as I'm driving around here, the other logic I was trying to think, I kind of like the idea of backing into a space and it being a little bit more private, but then there's the idea of backing my trailer. And not that I'm gonna be taking it everywhere every weekend, but just in general, like, and if I pick the right one that's not quite, that's in the middle, but on closer to a side, then I probably have the opportunity to pull through a whole lot easier. So, you know, those types of things I'm also thinking about. But the map on the website, I think, needs to be updated a little bit, because I actually drove to the site that on the map and I saw, oh, this is open. I was like, oh, I immediately drove over that way thinking I'm gonna go see if I can scout that one out. If it's available, I want to take it. But it was taken, and you know, that's fine. I totally get that. But now I'm just trying to think, like, how do I want to shift? How do I want to pivot? And I definitely want to not be right up next to someone, but kind of close by. So if I turn in here, I don't dislike the idea of a tree. I would be able to hopefully be able to pull through. And there's nobody around me here, and we've got some people over there. So there's a little bit of space in a choice like this. The RC race car track is over that way. I'll drive by it maybe on the way out. But this wouldn't be bad. And we've got somebody here that's a little bit more permanent over here. So there, you know, so that maybe hopefully there's some stabilization there with some neighbors. And I don't know. I kind of like the idea of being able to pull through as long as there's nobody then behind me. Let's keep checking it out. Let's see here. So this one comes right up to the road. That might not be great. That looks like it had numbers on it that said for $5.89, but the connections are here. I'm not sure about this one. Let's keep looking. So this one is right next door to that other one. So this would be the meter I would need to turn on. And there are my connections. And this might make a big difference. I mean, I feel like sometimes it might. These connections, this is brand new piping for this particular site. that one over there went to that, then this one here needs to go to this, and the pull-out will slide out here, which means my door then would be facing that way. There's lots of stuff to consider. These people up here on the right-hand side, I feel like these would be the really fun neighbors. Potentially the loud neighbors, but the really fun neighbors. I do need to consider that where the trash is also, because I'm gonna be hauling my trash to the trash things. And I really wanted to be able to pull in, but I'm not sure if that's gonna be able to be the case. If I were to pull in here and then pull all the way through, or maybe in the next one. Maybe I should do the next one. So like this one is one more over, and I could pull all the way in if there's nobody behind me. And there's still a few people around, but my door would essentially open up to the travel trailer, would open up to that side. So I'd still have some room. There's still a little bit of semi-privacy back here because there aren't as many people back here. So I could sit outside, do what I want to do. But then on this side, forgive the poo, my door would open, the words are hard. The slide would open up to this side and Bella would be able to see a little bit more. Man, these folks got a serious setup here. I don't know why this one just kind of spoke to me just now. Because I like that that's clear up in front of me. So I could come in this way or from this way, pull in there and back straight in. But as of now, there's also no one behind me in that immediate spot. And you know what? They're there permanently pretty much. So it's not like somebody's gonna choose that spot pretty readily available. So that may always or more consistently be available for me to pull into. So I kind of like that. I do like a little bit of the shade because right where my truck is parked now, it would be kind of like over here. For a little bit of shade. I don't dislike that there's trees here. There's still some stuff going on back this way because if my pull, depending upon where the pull-outs are at. So yeah, right here. So there are the hookups. And like I said, they're there kind of permanently. You know what? But that might mean that this is a little bit more open. And then I could pull through and just get right up here. And the slide is going to come out that side. And my connections are on the slide side, which means that my door to get in and out would be right here, kind of underneath this tree a little bit, but not really under the tree. But I kind of like that idea of there being a little bit of a tree there. I still have a little bit of grass, and like imagine this section right here kind of being open for sitting outside. So that actually went a lot quicker than I anticipated that it would. So that's a good thing, good story, good news. All the above. Headed back now. The one thing I still need to figure out, because I'm closing on the house on my birthday, and I still need to adjust my driver's license. I think because I only signed a month there initially with the RV resort, that I still need to figure something out relative to mail and where I'm forwarding mail for the next little bit of time. A P.O. box is obviously an easy solution. The only problem with that is that with the state of Texas and your small business, it needs an actual physical address. That won't take a P.O. box. So I'm going to need to figure that out and get that sorted. But kind of just adding that to the still checklist of things that I need to get done before I can move. But crossing this off my list and finding the right location, at least for just the first month, right? And then if I like that spot, I can obviously extend it through. I just wanted to then essentially just prepay the 6 months up front, because then it comes out to it's really reasonably priced, right? If you are able to prepay 6 months. And then just stay there and kind of figure out what I want to do after that in terms of, do I like that spot? Do I like that park? Are there still is my work life, my day job still keeping me here in the Rio Grande Valley? All those things are questions that are kind of up in the air. So it's a little bit, not a little bit, there's a lot of anxiety, I think, that goes along with some of that. But I'm just reminding myself, or needing to remind myself, one thing at a time. Enjoy the little bit of adventure that I get to have, and be grateful for the fact that we get to sell the house and, choose to do something different with that ROI. And we're incredibly fortunate in that regard. So being grateful, remember to enjoy the adventure, probably be present in the moment and appreciate the moment for what it is. But along with everything else, remembering to live life outside of the work that I do. And sometimes life outside of the work that I do is a little bit stressful when you don't really know what's going on. And I think that's to be expected. But trying to, as best we can, keep a good sense of humor about all of the unknown, and willingness to see what else might be able to be. Thanks for sticking around for this quick vlog. If you like this kind of content, please do consider subscribing. It helps kind of boost the channel in terms of getting it available to a few more viewers. And or just give it a thumbs up. And either way, that's the simplest thing you can do to help the channel. But I certainly appreciate your time. I'm pretty sure that there are a lot of other people who think, gosh, how do I get through some of the unknowns when everything seems up in the air, and how do I even put one foot in front of the other? So if you've got a story like that, whether it was moving or something else, maybe share it in the comments. I'd love to engage in that way. Thanks for your time.